Good day, students, and welcome to biology class. And today we are going to look at number 7 of 2018 JAMB. A state in Nigeria that is most susceptible to desert encroachment is Dash. So what is desert encroachment? Desert encroachment is the ruin and destruction of the habitat of the desert, and this is usually caused by human activities, caused by climatic factors. Human activities like bush burning and overgrazing can actually destroy that particular habitat that is called the desert. So the part of in Nigeria or of the nation that is responsible or that is susceptible to desert ruining and destruction is Katsina. That's the most of the northwestern part of the state. Like you have the Katsina, we have the Sokoto, we have the Kebbi, we have the Jigawa, and others like that. Now let's go to question 8. The long neck of giraffe is used to illustrate the theory of, look at the giraffe, the long neck of giraffe, okay, is used to illustrate the theory of dash. A, use and disuse. B, origin of species. C, origin of life. D, natural selection. Here we know that the giraffe has been trying its best to get its food, and the way it can get its food is that it's going to try to elongate or to stretch its neck towards the food, and it has been doing this as a passage of time, okay, and is able to develop that particular long neck as a result of the adaptation to that particular getting of the food. So the answer is going to be use and disuse. The use and disuse means that if you use a particular structure well and often, then that particular structure is going to be adapted to get what you want as a particular organism. And when you don't use that particular structure, it's not going to adapt and it's not going to function. So don't forget that there is a particular scientist that is the father of evolution, and that scientist is called the Jean Lamarck. It's called the Jean Lamarck. Jean Lamarck propounded 3 theories of evolution. Number 1 is the theory of need. Number 2 is the theory of use and disuse. And number use and disuse. Number 3 is the theory of acquired inheritance. Number 3 is the theory of acquired inheritance. While the last man, that is Charles Darwin, was the second father of evolution that discovered or propounded the theory of natural selection. Natural selection. So the answer here is use and disuse. And let's go to question number 9. The hormone secreted at 4 serves to dash. Here in my past question, I don't have the diagram. However, we can actually look at each of the options and define them so that when we see the diagram, we can know what our answer is. A, facilitates the development of facial hair. The hormone that facilitates the growth of facial hair is the androgen or testosterone. Why? Because the facial hair is a characteristic of the males, and it is the males that develop the facial hair. So we have androgens. We have the androgens. Androgen is also called testosterone. It's also called testosterone, and majorly androgens are found where? Are found in the male. B, raise the level of calcium in the blood. The hormone that raises the level of calcium in the blood is called the parathyroid hormone, the PTH. And the parathyroid hormone is found, we have 4 smaller glands that are located behind the thyroid gland that produce the parathyroid hormones. And what is the function of parathyroid hormone? The parathyroid hormone is responsible for raising the level of calcium in the blood. Now, number C, lowers the blood glucose level. The hormone that lowers the blood glucose level is called the insulin. And where is insulin located? Insulin is located in the pancreas and is secreted by the beta cells of the pancreas. The pancreas has 4 different cells. The pancreas has 4 different cells, and that particular part of the pancreas that is responsible for the production, or where the cells are found, is called the islet of Langerhans. It's called the what? The islet. It's called the islet of Langerhans. So we have the alpha cell. We have the alpha cell which secretes glucagon. Glucagon tries to increase the level of glucose in the blood by converting the glycogen stored in the liver and the muscle into glucose in the blood. So we say the alpha cell secretes glucagon, which increases the level of glucose in the blood. Second one, that's number one. Number two, that's the beta cell. It secretes the insulin, and the insulin converts the excess glucose to glycogen in the liver. We have other cells, and let's look at the next question. This is the diagram of the egg cell. So the young chick is formed from the dash. So we all have the options. And before I answer my question, let me quickly label all the different parts in this diagram. So here, the first one, the inside here is called the embryo. It's called the embryo. And here is the albumin. And the number 3 is the yolk. Number 6 is the shell membrane. Number 5 is the chalaza. Number 1 is the air space or air cavity. I think I've been able to complete my level. So the young chick is formed from dash. The answer is A. It's formed from 2, and the 2 is the embryo. Number 11. Which part provide food for development or for developing chick? A, 2, and 3. The major part here that actually is filled with nutrients. The first one is the albumin. The albumin is filled with water and protein. It's filled with water, H2O, and protein. While the yolk, very close to the embryo, is filled with protein and fat. Therefore, 3 and 4 help to provide nourishment and food to the chick. So the answer is yes, C, 3 and 4. Thank you so much. Goodbye. We'll meet in the next class.